In the age of Trump, tariffs just became America's ultimate power move. In this video, we're going to talk about how Donald Trump's economic strategy is torching globalism and rebuilding our national strength from the ground up. We'll explore the death of liberal globalism, the rise of mercantilism, and what it means for our future. Join me. You're going to love this. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Look, tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, we are doing a live stream. We're going to read interesting news stories we found through the week. We're going to tweak them with a bit of humor, a dash of sarcasm, and a whole lot of conservative common sense. Join us tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. You'll have a good time. All right, let's clear something up right away. Tariffs aren't just about economics. They're not some wonky tax on imported widgets that only policy nerds care about. They're a statement. They're a tool. They are an attempt to change bad behavior. A line in the sand. Tariffs are about protecting a nation's backbone, its ability to stand on its own 2 feet. And that, my friends, is exactly why the globalist crowd is absolutely losing its mind. Because tariffs mean independence, and independence means power. What happens when a nation that was once addicted to foreign cheap goods suddenly decides to go sober? In today's hyper-connected world, where we rely on foreign adversaries for essentials like steel and life-saving drugs, it's not just irrational, it's insane. National security begins with self-reliance, being able to stand up on your own. Now think about it. People from every political background are waking up to the new reality. We're watching the collapse of the liberal globalist order in real time. We are living through it as we speak. The good news, as this mess crumbles, something powerful is emerging. The Trump-led rise of the new American golden age. That's what he's calling it, and it's appropriate. Because here's the truth. When America is strong, the world stands tall. When America is weak, the world falters. Biden's globalist posturing, it invited chaos. We watched it unfold like a slow-motion train wreck. His administration projected weakness, and that weakness invited chaos. Bad actors took the stage, and global stability unraveled. We all felt it when we sat through that awful Afghanistan withdrawal. That was the beginning of the end. It made us see America as weak. And we're not used to that. We are all Americans, and we all know that we are capable of doing anything we put our minds to. That's why we don't steal elections. But this new era, as globalism fades into the ash heap of history, a new era is taking shape. We are living through the shift toward what's called mercantilism. This isn't just about economic policy. It's a philosophical revolution. Trump gets what Democrats can't even pronounce. Sovereignty matters. National strength is the antidote to globalist tyranny, and we're watching the great decoupling in real time. So what is mercantilism, really? It's more than some throwback economic model. It's a mindset that says we will not be dependent, we will not be weak. And if the pandemic taught us anything, guys, it's that offshoring is a Trojan horse for our enemies. Whatever we outsource can and will be used against us. It was by China. Remember, nearly all of our pharmaceuticals were produced in the same country where the virus started, China. That's not just a coincidence. That's a threat. Trump saw it coming. During his first term, he made it crystal clear that we should rethink the entire supply chain. Remember that? We can't be dependent on other countries, especially enemy countries like China, Russia, and others, for things that we need to remain the strongest country on earth. Now, what he's saying is, if you're an American company, bring your operations home. Stay overseas, fine, but pay the tariff. Guys, it's really that simple. It's not some hypothetical scenario. It's historical. Just ask Jimmy Carter about the OPEC oil embargo. Foreign dependency nearly broke us. Why repeat that mistake? And here's where it gets even more real, guys. After World War II, We built an economic system to secure the global economy. Institutions like the WTO and the IMF and others, they promised peace through offshoring. What we got? Cheap goods, yeah, but also destroyed communities. Since NAFTA was passed, we've lost nearly 7 million manufacturing jobs. I blame that on both parties. Both parties, the rhinos and the Democrats, pushed it towards Bill Clinton's desk and he signed it. That's not just numbers, guys. 7 million jobs. It's not just numbers on a spreadsheet. That's a lot of Americans who were put out of work. Families were shattered from that. Generations of work gone. We as a nation allowed people who told us that they were the smartest ones in the room to make all of our decisions for us nationally. These people made no decisions for anyone but themselves. And like a brave new world, these people became globalists and looked down upon anybody beneath their stature. Liberal globalism wasn't just a lie. It was a betrayal to us. The globalist elites padded their bank accounts while average Americans paid the price. Meanwhile, other countries saw globalism for what it really was, a vehicle for exporting unwanted American cultural influence. Then Biden weaponized tools like SWIFT to punish Russia, and guess what happened? They bailed on the global financial system. Why? To protect their sovereignty, because globalism isn't just fragile, it's dangerous as hell. And here's the ultimate irony. The system built to protect national security has become its greatest threat to it. And you're going to hear the libnuts on CNN and MSNBC and elsewhere claim that Donald Trump is following the Putin model. It's nonsense, of course. These people with a camera and a microphone aren't smart enough to understand that globalism destroys countries. Like socialism, globalism's destruction isn't for the globalist, it's for the people. I'm hearing some people talk about economic civilizationism, which is more than just economic nationalism. This is fascinating, guys. It's a new type of economy that values shared heritage, shared traditions, and identity over corporate profits. Can you imagine? Now, Trump's goal, despite what the libnuts in the media are telling you, his goal with Canada and Mexico is not to impose tariffs on them. He's talking about reciprocal tariffs in the goal of eliminating all tariffs between our three countries and making North America a powerhouse of economic activity in the civilizationism model. The globalists ran NAFTA, which actually allowed Canada and Mexico to add high tariffs on the U.S. without any reciprocalism on our part. It was a horrible deal. That's why Trump, in his first term, you remember this? He replaced NAFTA with what he called the USMCA. USMCA was more than just better trade deals, guys. It was a strategic alliance. The liberals just aren't smart enough to understand this stuff. You don't hear anyone on the left talking about this. They're still stuck on screaming that the tariffs are going to harm working class families. We all know from the last 8+ years that they don't give a rat's ass about working class families. Just look what they've done to them. They're just using them as a cudgel to trash Trump and his supporters. Now, thanks to Trump, we're watching the world pivot, and it's happening fast. We are watching in real time Trump create a North American civilizational economy powered by the greatest consumer market and the richest resource base on earth. This isn't theory, it's the future. And Trump is putting America right at the center of this seismic shift. History shows us nations rise and fall based on whether they can provide and protect. After decades of globalist delusion, the reset is here, and America finally has a leader who understands what time it is. The globalists came up with the Great Reset, but in the end, we now see that liberal globalism is dead. And in its place, a new world order, one forged by sovereign nations anchored in strength, tradition, and unapologetic patriotism. This is more than economics, it's destiny. We're not just watching America rebound, we're watching her rise. A new civilizational era has begun, and this time it puts people, not profits, first. All right, thanks for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with the rise of economic nationalism and the fall of globalism. I'll see you in the next one.